Are you a first-time voter? Well, I want to share how I choose my candidate. You might want to consider some or all of my criteria along with some examples. What are the points to consider in choosing a president? In the 2010 elections, I was often asked, who are you voting for? Friends and relatives ask me that question whenever they find out that I interviewed 7 presidential candidates. I tell them that I didn't plan to disclose my candidate because I wanted to appear neutral. But because my community are interested in my choice, this year I decided to declare my president early on instead of after the elections. My criteria is based on the 4 C's: character, competency, coherent platform, clear vision. I will get into this in a bit, but I've heard many stories about their regret in voting for a certain presidential candidate, whether last election or previous elections. Here are some examples. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko nakagawa siya ng tunay na pagbabago sa ating bansa. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko aalagaan niya ang mga maralita. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko ipagtatanggol niya ang ating bayan. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko mabuti siyang tao. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko tutuparin niya ang kanyang mga pangako. Binoto ko siya dahil akala ko matapang siya. Elections are not just about our candidate. It is about us, the electorate. As responsible voters, don't just vote right. They vote responsibly and respond to the challenges that lie beyond their commitment for their causes. Knowledge is the key to power, and these are the things we should know. Know your beliefs. It's about time you all stand up for something. If you don't have an opinion on some of the critical issues that we face, get the facts through research. Being informed is always the start of our political maturity. Know our candidates well, their complete profile, their political history, their business dealings. How they achieve their present status can show us how competently they will be able to perform as our national leader. It is okay if you're undecided, but at some point you need to choose a candidate so you can also campaign and make that candidate win. Know their platform of government. This will be a tool to help our economy grow. Don't be swayed by surveys, by their celebrity supporters, or by their promises alone. In my case, I want a platform that involves boosting our agricultural produce. Agriculture is a neglected sector. We have so much land that is unproductive. And there is the issue of smuggling agricultural products and even fishery produce. Know that you are the focus of negative campaigning. Undecided, the critical, the careful, and deliberate voter. You are the one intended to be manipulated. They just want to not show up at all on election day. If you stay away, their dirty tricks would have worked. Don't give them that satisfaction. It's up to us to break the shackles of ignorance and apathy by educating ourselves and finding out the real score regarding the people you want to vote into office. It won't be easy. If we persevere, the truth will reveal itself in the end. Know that surveys do not provide information on platforms. Surveys just say that one candidate is popular at a particular time that the survey is conducted. Let's not waste our vote by basing it on trending and survey-driven analysis. The real results arrive on election day. The challenge for the May 2022 election is maturity in the way voters and candidates conduct themselves. It starts with ourselves, scrutinizing the candidate and verifying candidate claims. We then decide on all factors combined: our conscience, our faith, and the candidate's character, competency, coherent platforms, and a clear vision. This is what I call the 4 C's. So what is this? Character is crucial, but is it all about integrity or honesty? There is more to integrity in a candidate's character. Integrity is defined as the quality of having high moral principles, being reliable and trustworthy. Character is associated closely with competence. Or is that candidate have a record of lying? Have they paid taxes in the past? Are they following the laws of the land? Competence is equated with good governance and track record. So good governance is based on the definition of World Bank. 1. Ensure political transparency and voice for all citizens. 2. Provide efficient and effective public services. 3. Promote the health and well-being of its citizens. And 4. Create a favorable climate for stable economic growth. So, A fear of another Marcos, another Erap, or Arroyo should not be the driving force in choosing our candidate. A coherent platform is a roadmap. A platform is defined as a statement and an issue of governance. It must be pointed out that platforms are not motherhood statements. You know, those feel-good platitude about a worthy concept that a few of us would disagree with, but without any specific plans for realization. So, what does babangon muli angat buhay? Anong ibig sabihin nun? So you have to find out if that candidate has actually specific plans to bring us there. Like Marcos Jr. has a pandemic plan which he calls it the With COVID or Surviving COVID Beyond COVID program, which would prioritize improving the conditions of frontline medical workers, including increased salaries and benefits. But ask yourself, did Marcos Jr. participate or initiate a COVID response at the height of the pandemic? Clear vision is a clear idea of what vision and strategic agenda in carrying out the platforms to transform our country. It is pretty clear that my criteria of coherent platforms, clear vision, character, and competence in choosing the candidates for the 2022 elections are not mutually exclusive. One cannot just choose based on character alone. These criteria are not limited to presidential candidates but to all those running in the 2022 Philippine election.